ויאמרו אלי ואיש אפרים, מה הדבר הזה עשית לנו? And the man of Ephraim, they said to Gideon, to him, what is this word that thou hast done to us? לבלתי קרות לנו כי הלכת להילחם במדיין. To not call to us as thou wentest to the battle against Midian. ויריבון איתו בחוזקה, and they contended with him in strength. ויאמר עליהם מהעשיתי עתה ככם, and he said to them, what have I effectuated now like you? הלא טוב עוללות אפרים מבציר אביעזר. Is it not that the gleanings of Ephraim are good more than the vintage of Abiezr? בידכם נתן אלוהים את שערי מדיין, את עורב ואת זאב. Into your hand God gave the princes of Midian, Oreb and Zeb. وَمَهْيَا quality ashot kakem. And what could I do? What was I able to effectuate like you? Azrafata ruham me'alayu, bidabro hadavar hada. Then their spirit relaxed from against him in his wording this word. Vayavo Gideon haYordan, and Gideon came to the Jordan. Over hu utloth meot haish atrahito ayefim urodafim. He was crossing, and the 300 men which were with him, faint and pursuing. Vayomer lahanashe Sukkot, and he said to the men of Sukkot, Tanunah kikerot lechem la'am atar baragalai. Give ye now loaves of bread to the people which are at my feet. Ki ayefim hem, because they are weary. Wahanoki rodef achare zebah with Talmunah Malache Midian, and I am one pursuing after Zebah and Talmunah, kings of Midian. Wayomer Share Sukkot, and the princes of Sukkot said, Hakapa Zebah with Talmunah Ata beyadeka ki nitten lishavaka lahem. Is it that the hand of Zebah and Salmunah are now in thy hand, that we should give bread to thy army? ויאמר גדעון לכן בתת יהוה את זבח ואת צלמונע בידי, ודשתי את בשרכם, את קוצי המדבר ואת הברקונים. And Gideon said, therefore, in Yahweh's giving Zebah and Talmunah into my hand, also I shall thresh your flesh with the thorns of the wilderness and with the briars. Wayal mitham Penuel, and he went up from there to Penuel. Wayadabber halehem kadot, and he worded to them like this: Wayachnu hoto anashe Penuel, katrachanu anashe Sukkot. And the men of Penuel answered him as did the men of Sukkot answer. Wayomer Gamala anashe Penuel le'amor. And also to the men of Penuel he answered, saying, Bethubi b'shalom et toth et hamigdal hadher. In my returning in peace, I shall tear down this tower. With Talmunah Bakar Kor, and Zebah and Talmunah were in Qarqor, ومحنيهم إمام كخمسة عشر ألف, and their camps with them, like 15,000. كل هالنوتاريم مكل محنة بني قدم, all the ones remaining from all the camp of the sons of the east. وهالنوفليم مئة وعشرين ألف إيش شولي بحارب, and the fallen ones 120,000, each man drawing a sword. ويعل جذعون درك هشكون بوهاليم, and Gideon went up the way of the ones dwelling in tents. From the east of Nobah and Yogabah. Wayak etaham, and he struck the camp. Waham hayabet, and the camp was secure. Wayanusu, and they fled. Zebah with Thalmunah. Zebah and Thalmunah fled. Wayardof acharehem, and he pursued after them. Wayilkod et thane malake Midian et Zebah with Thalmunah ukol hamahane heharid. And he captured the two kings of Midian, Zebah and Thalmunah, and he terrified all the camp. Wayatob Gideon ben Yoash min hamilhama milma'ale hehares. And Gideon returned, Gideon the son of Joash, from the battle, from the ascent of the Heres. ويلقد النعر me'anashe Sukkot, and he caught a lad from the men of Sukkot. ويشالhu, and he asked him, ويكتب هلايو et share Sukkot with the qenha, and he wrote for him the princes of Sukkot and its elders, Shiva'im Wishiva'ahish, 77 men. Wayavoh Elanashe Sukkot, and he came to the men of Sukkot. Wayomer Hinne Zebah W'Talamunah, and he said, Behold, Zebah and Thalmunah. Atra herrafetem oti lemor, which ye did taunt me, saying, Hakaf Zebah W'Thalmunah atta b'yadeka, ki nitten lahana sheka haya efim lahem. Is the hand of Zebah and Zalmunna now in thy hand, that we should give to thy men, thy weary men, bread? وَيِقَّهْ اتذقن ha'ir, and he took the elders of the city, وَإِتْقُوثِ hamidbar, وَإِتْهَبَّرْقُنِيم, and the thorns of the wilderness, and the briars. وَيُوضَعْ بَهِمْ إِتْهَنَشِ Sukkot, and he taught by them, he made them know, the men of Sukkot. وَإِتْمِغْدَلَ Penuel Natath, and the tower of Penuel he broke down. وَيَهْرُغْ إِتْهَنَشِ ha'ir, and he slew the men of the city. وَيُؤْمَرْ الذبح وَإِلْ and he said to Zebah and to Thalmunna, Epo ha-nashim atar haragatem b'Tabor, what manner were the men which ye killed in Tabor? Wayohmeru kamoka kamohem ehad ketor b'nei hamelech, and they said, like thee, like them, one like the appearance of the sons of a king. Wayomer achai b'nei hem, and he said, my brothers, the sons of my mother, they were. Hayah lu hahayitem otam lo haragati etchem. As Yahweh liveth, suppose ye had caused them to live, I had not killed you. Wayomer leYether b'Koro, and he said to Yether his firstborn, Qum harog hotam, arise thou, slay them. Ulo shalaf hanagar harbo ki yare ki odenu nagar. But the lad drew not his sword, because he feared, because he was yet a lad. Wayomer Zebah وثalmunna, and Zebah and Thalmunna said, Qum hatta upga'abanu, arise thou, thou thyself, and strike against us. Ki chayish gevurato, because like the man is his strength. Wayakom Gideon, wayahrog et Zebah et Thalmunna, and Gideon arose, and he slew Zebah and Thalmunna. Wayiqah et hashaharonim atrabth awhare gamalehem, and he took the crescents which were in the necks of their camels. Wayomeru ish Yisrael el Gideon, and each man of Yisrael, they said to Gideon, Mesholabanu gama hatta gama binaka gama benaka, rule thou over us, or among us, also thou, also thy son, also the son of thy son. Ki hosha'atanu mi'ad Midian, because thou hast saved us from the hand of Midian. Wayomer halehem Gideon, and Gideon said to them, Lo meshol hani bachem, I would not rule among you. Wulohim Sholabani Barkham, and my son would not rule among you. Yahweh Yimasholabarkham, Yahweh shall rule among you. Wayomer Halehem Gideon, and Gideon said to them, Eshehala Mikem Shelah, I would ask from you a request. Utanuli Ishanezem Shalalo, and give ye to me each man a nose ring from his spoil. Kinizamedahab, because nose rings or rings of gold were for them. Ki yishma'ahelim, because they were yishma'ahelim. Wayomeru natonanitten, and they said, givingly we shall give. Wayepereshu et Hashimalah, and they spread the garment. Wayashalihu thama ishanezem shalalo, and they threw to there each man the ring of his spoil. Wayahi mithaqal nidme hadahab atrashal, and the weight of the rings of gold which he asked was Elef Ushva'amehot Dahab, 1,700 gold. Levad min hashaharonim wahantifot wibigade haragaman she'al malache midian ulevad min ha'anakot atar b'tzawhare Gamalehem. Besides from the crescents and the droplets or pendants and the garments of the purple which were upon the kings of Midian, and besides from the chains which were on the necks of their camels. Wayashahoto Gideon lehephod, and Gideon effectuated it for an ephod. Wayathag oto be'ero ba'ophra, and he set it in his city in Ophrah. Wayiznu kol Yisrael acharai utham, and all Yisrael whored after it there. Wayahi leGideon uleveto lemokesh, and it was for a snare for Gideon and for his home. Wayikana Midian lifnei bnei Yisrael, and Midian was subdued before the sons of Yisrael. V'lo yasapu lashet rosham, and they did not add to lift their head. Watishkot harsh arba'im shana b'yemei Gideon, and the land was tranquil, quiet, 40 years in the days of Gideon. Wayelek Yerubbaal ben Yoash, Wayeth bebeto, and Yerubbaal the son of Joash, that is Gideon, went, and he dwelt in his house. Ulegideon hayu shiveim banim Yoshehe Yereko, and for Gideon were 70 sons, ones coming out of his flank. Kinathim rabbot hayulo, because many women there were for him. Upilagasho atarabishachem, and his concubine which is in Shechem. Yalada lo gamahi haben. She bore for him also she a son. Vayashem et shemo Abimelech, and he set his name Abimelech. Vayamot Gideon ben Yoash, and Gideon son of Yoash died. B'sheva tova, in good grey hair. Vayikaber b'keber Yoash aviu, and he was buried in the sepulchre of Yoash his father. B'Ophrah Abihaazari, in Ophrah of the Abiezeri. Wayahi met Gideon, and it was as when Gideon was dying. Wayatubu b'nei Yisrael, wayezanu achare hab'alim. Also the sons of Yisrael returned, and they whored after the Baalim. Vayashimu lahem Baal Berit leElohim, and they set for them Baal Berit for a god. V'lo dhakaru v'nei Yisrael et Yahweh Elohehem, and the sons of Yisrael remembered not Yahweh their God. Hamathil hotam miyad kol oyevehem misaviv, the one delivering them from the hand of all their enemies from round about. V'lo ashu hesed im bet Yerubbaal Gideon, and they effectuated not loving kindness with the house of Yerubbaal Gideon. Kukol hatova atar asha im Yisrael, like all the good which he effectuated with Yisrael.